Welcome to Couch Lock, your number one movie podcast. Now, with the release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 this last weekend, box offices have been smashed, leaving viewers with the question, is superhero fatigue actually a thing, or are we all just making this up in our heads? Mike, what do you think is going on here? Because Guardians is undeniably killing it in the box office.
Yeah, it's definitely a loaded question because this is the best that a comic book movie has done for a while, but it is also Guardians is performing underneath how Guardians 2 came out 5 years ago, which is interesting because Guardians Volume 3 opening weekend earned 114 million and Guardians Volume 2 opened to 146 million. So that's not a small amount of money and it's sparking quite the debate online right now.
Yeah, truly, especially in the light of this last Ant-Man film kind of flopped at the box office, didn't hit as hard as they wanted. And I find it interesting that this isn't just like a Marvel thing because Shazam also didn't hit the way that audiences
Mhm.
wanted it to hit. I am excited to go watch superhero content. Like, I'm excited for another season of The Boys. I am
Mhm.
anxiously awaiting season 2 of Invincible. But I don't want to go see another shiny superhero movie. Like, I'm just bored of it.
Yeah, I kind of agree. A lot of these, I mean, these movies are made with studios investing so much money in them. So they want a safe bet, and that safe bet is going
Yeah.
to be making characters that are pretty straightened out, and they like don't really they appeal to a large amount of people. They don't have many flaws. Or if they do, it's a flaw that everybody has to like be able
Right.
to understand. And it's kind of leaving a wide open door for these different types of stories like The Boys and Invincible and stuff like the Batman or the Penguin series coming out to
Mhm.
really kind of strike through the noise because the Batman isn't all perfect and prim and proper. You know what I mean? Like it was a good movie and people really liked it, and I think that's partly because it had a more complex story. The characters were a little more complex.
Yeah, no, and that's a totally fair take to have on all of this. I think it's absolutely part of what's contributing to this conversation for individuals that do feel like there is this superhero fatigue happening. It is like I'm bored of the same thing over and over. I
Mhm.
want something new. I think to discredit all superhero movies entirely for the future onward is absurd. I
Yeah.
think a good story deserves to be told no matter what genre it is. And I know that in this realm of like DC and Marvel, there's this huge shakeup happening. James Gunn is jumping ship, moving over to DC, and we've got him doing the Superman Legacy movie
Yeah.
coming out. Um, he's already said he confirmed in a tweet like at least one castmate from Guardians of the Galaxy is coming over into Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you think that this is a sign maybe that uh, we can take like the heroes of this genre and keep moving it forward?
I don't know. It feels, I guess, it's one of those things that we're going to know once we get a first look or a trailer or the movie. But I feel like we've already seen them, like, we've seen what they can do together at this point. And I would like to see other voices, especially separating Marvel and DC,
Mm. What,
because
you're
I
ready to
feel
break away from James Gunn entirely?
I mean, not necessarily. I'm interested to see what he has to do, but I feel like working with the same cast, the same crew, we're gonna
Mhm.
see more of the same. Obviously that isn't true because a lot of directors do work with the same actors. That's not a like you were saying when we were talking before, that's not a new thing. But
Right.
I don't know. Like it kind of all goes back to the money. There's all this money being invested in it, and you have to make it a
Mhm.
certain way. And James Gunn has proven that he can make movies that make money. What I'm seeing is that there's a conversation about it, and it's really coming to a head now. So if James, like, I feel like after already what I said about it probably maybe being the same, it also has to be different because we're having these conversations now. All eyes are going to be on DC with this new phase coming, and if it's more of
Mhm.
the same, it's not going to look good for DC, I don't think.
No, it's 100% the truth. we need to innovate. We need to keep pushing the genre forward, and the only way to do that is by great storytelling. And this vein that we've traveled down for the last like 2 decades now is dried up.
Yeah,
Okay?
I mean, it all kinda came to a head with Infinity War and,
Yeah.
Endgame, like, that was the
And
pinnacle of this.
I'm excited for The Flash. That's like our next big one, right?
Yeah, that's the next big one, I believe, that's gonna be
Okay.
fun. Yeah,
Um
anyways, that was good. That was good conversation. The Flash shirt is real, it is on my body. It is I'm wearing it, or is it wearing me? That's the question whenever I put on a piece of clothing.